Dear brothers and sisters, welcome to our today's program. Today we are the 2nd of March 2019. So my name is Odon Bulamba, and I would like to be in touch with you once again to share the news about the DRC, about what has been taking place in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. And I will invite you to be with me for the next few minutes in order to exchange or again to give each other ideas. So once again, if this is your first time to watch us, we are going to invite you to click on the subscription button. So subscribe yourself so that you can always be online whenever we are online. And you can watch our videos, and you can also share them with friends, colleagues, neighbors, or other people who might be interested to know about the Democratic Republic of Congo. So without taking longer, let us go to our today's headlines. Félix Tshisekedi, the president of the Republic Democratic of the Congo, presents his first 100 days program this Saturday, 2nd of March. Herodian Ndombasi raised to the rank of Grand Cordon in the National Order of Kabila Lumumba Heroes. Kyungwa Kumwanza said, "I'm not in opposition to the current power. I find myself in this power." And when we talk about Lamuka, the 5 leaders of Lamuka are in assessment. We'll have an assessment meeting on a Tuesday that will take place in Belgium. Denis Mukwege is the viewfinder of Félix Tshisekedi. He might be appointed as an informant in order to choose the majority parliament, and from the majority parliament might come the prime minister. And finally, related to Lamuka again, in the face of the cacophony that reigns at this moment in the political groupment of Katumbi Ensemble pour le Changement, or Together for the Change, people want to know what is the position of Moses Katumbi, because he has been speechless for a while, and a lot of confusion has been coming from left to right, and people are questioning themselves, they are questioning us, where is Katumbi standing up to now? So these are the points that I'm going to develop, and at the end of my speech, I will make a small comment about Moses Katumbi's position, as well as his appointment of Dr. Mukwege as an informant. Is that going to take place or not? We will talk about it at the end of our journal, or our news journal, sorry. Alright, so let us move straight away to the details. The President of the Republic Democratic of Congo, Félix-Antoine Tshisekedi Tshilombo, presents this Saturday, March 2nd, at the Esplanade of the Limete Interchange in Kinshasa, his emergency program for the first 100 days in office, and this was done according to the invitation of the state protocol. So the questions that I've been asking myself is, the president going to present the first 100 days based on the date that he started, he took the power, or is it going to be based from today, the 2nd of March, the day that he will read out or will present that program to the rest of the nation? I don't have an answer for that, but I hope that will help all of us to understand, because if he goes back from the day that he has taken the power, he has lost almost 35 days, or 35 or 34 days have been passed already. So he might just remain with less than 70 days in his hand. The Senator Herodian Ndombasi was admitted to posthumously on Friday, March the 1st, in the National Order National heroes Kabila Lumumba to the rank of Big Code or Codon indicate an order signed by the President Félix Tshisekedi Tshilombo on February 26th. The order is based on the merit of this person concerned and the services rendered to the Congolese nation. Yerodi Abdoulaye died on the 19th of February in Kinshasa. He was a vice president of the DRC, chief of staff of the president Laurent Désiré Kabila, and minister of foreign affairs, and he was also a minister of education as well as a senator. Gabriel Kungwa-Kumwanza is a coordinator of Together for the Change platform in Upper Katanga. The day after the declaration of this platform announcing that it is positioned, he announced that he is positioned as the first force of the Republic opposition. For Kungwa-Kumwanza does not want to stand up against the opposition of the current government, to which he promises to support. In a statement read by the Secretary General Mukalai Lama, Secretary General of UNAFEC, which is a political party of Kungwa-Kumwanza, it was said that he said that Kungwa-Kumwanza is ready to work with the Félix Tshisekedi and he recognizes him as the only president of the DRC. For Gabriel Kyungu himself, he said, the head of state, the current president of the Republic, is Antoine Félix Tshilombo Tshisekedi. In a statement made last Tuesday, Moses Katumbi, together with, Together for Change, Ensemble pour le Changement platform, invited the 5 Lamuka leaders to meet urgently to decide on the future of their political fight. The 5 leaders, including Jean-Pierre Bemba, John Peter Bemba, Adolphe Muzito, Freddy Matungulu, Martin Fayulu, as well as Moses Katumbi, will meet on Tuesday, 5th of March in Belgium. We'll let you know about the outcome of their meeting once that information will fall in our hands. The President Félix-Antoine Tshisekedi Tshilombo expects to appoint an informant in the coming days, as he made clear on Wednesday, the 27th of February, during his meeting with the Congolese diaspora in Windhoek, Namibia. According to the confidence of according to one who works nearby the president, the head of state would now rely on a Dr. Denis Mukwege, the Nobel Peace Prize, which seems to have all these assets to play this role, report Congo Reforms. According to concordant sources, Mukwege would have the delicate task of identifying a majority coalition in the assembly with a view to the formation of the government if this appointment as an information come to be confirmed, because it's not confirmed yet. So several reasons would push President Tshisekedi to put the cursor on the famous Congolese gynecologist who has distinguished himself in the fight against sexual violence perpetrated on girls and women in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. So to all of this, we don't have yet the reaction of Mukwege, but Mukwege might say yes to disappointment, or else, otherwise he may also reject it. All will rely on his choice and personal decision. So, for this reason, we are going to move to another point where I would like now to talk to the person next to Mukwege on this image behind me. And actually, there is like a mixture of thought. There is a confusion, reigning between the people of Ensemble, between the people of Together for the Change is a political platform of Moses Katumbi. Three people have given three different versions, three different information, which has confused the people of this platform. And I will say, for instance, let me start with the first one. He was a guest of Radio Okapi. Yes, that was yesterday. I mean, on Thursday, sorry. Now we are Saturday early morning, some corners of the country. He was a guest of Radio Okapi on a Thursday. Gabriel Kungwa Kumwanza no longer goes to face hidden. He doesn't hide his face anymore. He persists and signs that he is no longer in opposition. He does not see himself fighting Félix Tshisekedi. Kungwa Kumwanza has been dancing in an opposition way or opposite way to the Assembly's position as declined by Pierre Lumbi. At this press conference on Tuesday, the 26th of February in Kinshasa, Pierre Lumbi or Peter Lumbi was formal. He said, the platform, meaning the Assemblée pour le Changement or Together for a Change, is part of the logic of opposition to the power in place. And he added, Assemblée pour le Changement has 66 deputies, members of parliament, and will be the first force of the opposition in the National Assembly. His position was supported by Oliver Kamitatu, the spokesman for Moses Katumbi, who said on his Twitter's account, he said that Ensemble or Together for the Change will not enter any secret pact government. Just yesterday, or the day before yesterday on Thursday, February 28th, in Brussels, Francis Kalombo on his side, another one of the two spokespersons of Moses Katumbi, said that the Ensemble never left Lamuka. And to continue, he said, if it should do it, it is not by the press release of the Vice President Pierre Lumbi, who does not have the power to engage the platform, but by the President himself. When I'm saying the President in this context is Moses Katumbi. So, according to Francis Kalombo, he says that, only Katumbi has not done so far. That's Katumbi, and Katumbi has not denied so far, or has not proclaimed so far, that Ensemble pour le Changement is out or pulled out from Lamuka. It is therefore null and void. It's only Moses Katumbi as a signatory of the Geneva Convention can take a stand on the new political agenda and not anyone else. This means that if Moses Katumbi has decided to leave Lamuka, he should first consult others, the four signatories of the Geneva Convention and his own base. What has not been, thing which has not been done, Francis Kalombo persists and signs that Together for the Change is still in Lamuka. So this is the news of ours today. And now I'm going to do a short comment before to move forward to something else. And my comment today, as I said, it will be related to Mukwege to be nominated as an informant, and also Moses Katumbi to clarify what is his position vis-à-vis Lamuka, vis-à-vis the political situation that the DRC has been crossing. So let's go now to our comment. So first of all, let me tell you that the Congolese people have been waiting for a change. They have been waiting for someone who will be nominated to form the government and to move forward. Mukwege, to be honest, is someone who is popular. Mukwege is famous, and he's famous because of his work. He's not famous because of politics, but he's famous because of his work, his contribution, his participation. his input in the lives of thousands of women in the country, if not millions of families have been celebrating what Mukwege has been doing for the country, or for women, sorry. So therefore, Dr. Mukwege has become famous, not only at the level of a national level, but also at an international level. And he may or may not accept this offer if the President Chilombo will give it to him. This is just an information that we got, but it hasn't been confirmed yet. If Tshisekedi will offer this position to Mukwege, if it will be proclaimed, it's confirmed, Mukwege will have a word to say. He will have a decision to make. And that decision won't be that easy. And I'll try to think about a few reasons why it might be a challenge for Mukwege to accept, or again for Mukwege to reject that offer. And Mukwege, if he rejects this offer, he may continue to be the man who works to support women. He might continue to be a gynecologist who will be there to assist our sisters and mothers. But what the Congolese people want, it's not only the person of Mukwege, but the Congolese people want to find someone, an individual, a person who will come to bring a change in the lives of Congolese. The Congolese want to come out with someone who will influence the system of the country, and the things will be fine. We are not fighting for the Congo to become, the best country in the world, but at least for the citizen of this country to have at least the minimum or the basics of life. Neither Mukwege, nor Katumbi, or anyone else can come to the point to bring back that hope of Congolese without a change of the political system in the Congo, which has been there for decades. Once that political system is changed, then things would possibly and quickly be changed also, will change. Many people confirm and have told me that yes, it's a good idea, it's a good thought if Mukwege will accept to play that role. But many other people have said this role will not at all bless Mukwege, because it might damage his reputation. It may find himself, he may face himself, a tough situation, and find himself in a situation where people will be there to block him, and he will not perform as he should. And for those who say that it's a good idea because they say he's a good guy and he has got a great reputation and many people knows who he is, so things might go well with him because he has no issue with any Congolese person that we know so far. With Mukwege to be an informant, personally I've seen that, I can tell you that I've seen automatically how or somehow how the FCC may not, I clearly insist, might not agree that Mukwege should be the informant who will decide what group composes the majority of the parliament, and from that group will come the prime minister. And I think that the FCC, the political party of Kabila, may oppose that view. And why am I saying that? Because according best to the agreement which exists between Kabila and Chilombo, Félix Chilombo, the agreement which exists between Cap pour le Changement Cash and the FCC of Kabila, it may be possible, based also on the declaration of some of the leaders or some of the personnel or people who have been leading FCC, it might be almost difficult for the FCC to agree with it, because before to take some decisions or most of decisions or tougher decisions, Tshisekedi has to consult Kabila. Tshisekedi has to talk to Kabila first. He has to seek or to search for his views. Otherwise, things will not be accepted. Therefore, because Mukwege has been always suspicious to the outgoing power, has been talking somehow, telling the truth, but negatively about the outgoing power, those critics that he used to give or has been giving about the government of Kabila or the regime of Kabila, Kabila and his team or his group may say, no, we do not accept this guy to be the informant. The rest of the Congolese community may welcome that decision if Mukwege will accept it, but for FCC, it may be a different scenario. But I don't completely deny, because FCC people are also human beings. They have got feelings, and people can change based on circumstances. People can change based on a situation that they are facing. FCC may also change. They may change. Because, I mean, as Kabila being Kabila, those members of FCC being members of FCC, of course, they are human beings who deserve to be, you know, accepted, respected, and all of that. But what the Congolese people have been fighting against, it's the systems that they use to govern the country. Their thought, their political thought, programs and agendas, that is what we all oppose to them. Because we're not dignifying the Congolese community, the Congolese population, or dignifying our country. Or once again, their strategy, political strategies, just has let the country down. But we may find those individuals, as individuals, they might have good characters, they might be good people, depending on, you know, each of them. But what we see from their governance, from their way of leading the country, was somehow disastrous. And that's what we have been talking about. Whenever we'll talk about Kabila, we'll talk about Mende, it's reflect what they do or they have done or they did for the country rather than them as individuals. And I think that Mukwege himself is familiar with the agreement that took place between Félix Tshisekedi Tshilombo and Joseph Kabange Kabila. He is also familiar, or he might know, what hasn't been said or written or talked about this agreement between Cash and the FCC. Therefore, the presence of Mukwege may not change anything. May not change anything unless those agreements change. Unless what was written down change, unless that block of FCC, Kabila's area side, will accept maybe to open their heart, open their mind, open their arms, so that the system that they used to rule the country under changes. If that system does not change, even if we put Mukwege there, even if it will be Moses Katumbi, even if it will be Jean-Pierre Bemba, even if it will be you or myself, things may not be easy to move forward in a smooth way. Things may not be easy, I insist. And of course, for that reason, Mukwege can see, because he sees this, he knows, he understands, he can see that, okay, taking this path may damage my reputation, my dignity. I love my country, but my dignity is at stake. So therefore, he has to protect his dignity. And he's not someone who will fight just for, you know, for having a name or to be given a title or to be given maybe some money so that you can do what we want. He may not sacrifice his dignity, which has reached, which has hit, if you want, the international level, the top global level, for just something which will not honor him. His integrity, I believe, is precious for him. And therefore, because of that integrity, Mukwege may say, thank you, Félix Tshisekedi, I'm not doing that job unless A, B, C, D changes. But Mukwege may reject that thought. Mukwege might reject that offer. That does not necessarily mean that there is no one else who can do the job or someone else who can play that job. People still are there, and Félix Tshisekedi can find someone else. But whoever will be found, if the system still is the same, if those agreements still are the same, we won't see any better result. We'll continue to sing the same song and nothing will improve. And Mukwege, or whoever will whoever they will propose or they will invite to play that role is free. Mukwege is free. Whoever will be proposed that post or that position will also be free. And they are free to say yes, and they are free to say no. But for the sake of the country, as I said at the beginning, Mukwege has been helping women, has been helping our girls and so on. For the sake of the country, Mukwege might say, yes, I can do it. Yes, I will do it. Yes, I will accept this offer in order to work for the Congo. He may say it. And that is not a magical or miracle. It can happen. He's a human being. He may also have his decision. He may also consult people here and there, his entourage or people who surround him. And he may also decide to do that job. But the questions that I ask myself now, even if Mukwege will be chosen, even if it will be someone else, in case Mukwege rejects that offer, what is going to take place? Because his role will be to go to the parliament, to identify the majority in the parliament, and from that majority will come the prime minister. And actually, we have a situation in the Congo, and that situation is a situation of Yumbi, Beni, and Butembo. So the three zones, the three areas of the country haven't voted yet or chosen yet their deputy or members of parliament. They haven't done that election yet. And the election is planned, according to Seni, their election will take place on the 31st of March this year. According to my calendar, that will be a Sunday. So in 4 weeks' time, that's when this is going to take place. So now, are we going to wait? Or is Tshisekedi going to wait to appoint the informant once the election has been completed in those zones or areas where they haven't voted yet? Or again, even if he appoints the informant today or tomorrow, because he said in coming days, will the informant going to choose the majority in parliament without waiting for those of Butembo, Yumbi, Beni also to come out with their members of parliament, the new elected members of parliament? And of course, even if the election will take place on the 31st of March, that does not necessarily mean that on the 31st of March, we will know who was elected or not. It may take a few days again before we know the result. And by the time we know the result, it will be around April. Possibly, if the government, if Tshisekedi, will follow that path of having an informant, and if the informant will respect that, the other members of parliament should be there in order to determine which one forms the majority in parliament, which group, then we have to wait possibly till April in order to know who is the prime minister of the country, or who will be the prime minister of the country. And the failure to do so, failure to wait for those of Butembo, Beni or Bunia to present their members of parliament, then we'll have another complaint. Remember, these people didn't vote for the presidential. And up to now, they continue to say we don't have a president because we didn't vote for the president who is there. They may again complain that we were left out, we were not even given the chance to choose our own members of parliament, or again, sorry, to choose our own prime minister because our members of parliament were not considered, they were left aside. So that's a question that I leave with you. Think about it. Tell me what you think later on. And that will make me maybe to move. I'll leave about Mukwege, that's enough. Let me talk a little bit about this cacophony, which has been a really going around ensemble or together for the change, the political party or political groupment of Moses Katumbi. As I've said, we have got now 3 people whom all the 3 speak on the name of Moses Katumbi. All the 3. Whenever those 3 people speak, people will know that this message has come from Moses Katumbi. Now we have got 3 different messages coming from 3 different people who works for, or again, who, you know, are like a spokesman of the one individual, Moses Katumbi. And people have been wondering, when can Moses really present himself, show out, or show himself and tell people, those who are after him, those who love him, those who run after him, those, you know, who have been choosing him as their leader. Why can't he just come out and say, look, this is my position? Moses Katumbi has been quiet for a while. And regardless of that, we start now to observe that, you know, Baba Kunga Kumwaza will say one thing, which contradict what maybe Pierre Lumbi said, or again, which contradict what Francis Kalombo said. So now, whom between the 3 is telling us exactly, is passing on to us the message of Moses Katumbi? We don't know. That's why we have been receiving calls. People are asking what has been happening with Katumbi. Why can't he just stand up and say loudly, this is my position? 1, maybe I'm working together with a Lamuka, I still am in Lamuka, or I've left Lamuka, we have got our own opposition, or again, I've left Lamuka and I don't have my own opposition, maybe I've also joined Felix Chilombo and I accept or I agree to work with cash. That's all that people want to know. No more than that, no less than that. And some may say, yeah, maybe it's a strategy you want just to see where will his interest be. And if it was a matter of, you know, as we last time they said, if he has already pulled out from Lamuka, I wonder why did he again invite the people of Lamuka to come together, all the 5 leaders of Lamuka to come together and talk, or organize that talk, the Tuesday talk that it's going to get place in Brussels. If he's out of Lamuka, why to call them? Maybe it's because he want to inform them, okay, listen, this is my position, I'm pulling out, or again, I'm with you, or again, we don't know. So I don't want to speculate on that, but we are going to find out his position, the position of everyone, the position of Lamuka on Tuesday. If Lamuka will move forward, if Lamuka will collapse, if Lamuka will change the strategies of work, if Lamuka maybe will change its leader, it may not be Fayulu anymore, maybe it will become Jean-Pierre Bemba, maybe Moses Katumbi, maybe Matungulu, we don't know. But all of those are just possibilities. This meeting, we hope it will come out, or it will bring to light what step is Lamuka going to take, or again what Moses Katumbi is going to become, or again what Jean-Pierre Bemba's step will be, or again what Matungulu or Freddy Matungulu, or, you know, all of them. We have to know exactly what they've been doing, or where are they heading from here. And that's what people want to know, because People are living in a disastrous situation. People are confused. And we don't know where and how to go. We are just like at a roundabout. We don't know, should we follow Jean-Pierre Bemba? Should we follow Moses Katumbi? Should we follow Félix-Antoine Tshisekedi? Should we, you know, the Congolese people have been moving around and then around and then around this roundabout. Why that? Because the system does not change into our country. We can choose Jean-Pierre Bemba, we can choose Moses Katumbi, we can take Matungulu, we can have a Fayulu, we can have a Tshisekedi, whoever can be there as a leader of the country. If we continue to navigate the same political system, then nothing will change. The well-being of the Congolese people will remain the same. The tragedies of life that we live will continue to be the same. Therefore, our leaders should change. They should maybe stop together with us and ask ourselves, hang on, things do not work. What should we do? Because whenever things don't work, you don't say, okay, let's just me go and it will work somewhere there. You stop and you think. You stop and you ask yourself, what is going wrong? And how can we fix it? And for the Congolese people, it's not a matter of changing individuals, but it's a matter of changing the system. We cannot, you know, take someone who was there, you know, put maybe a hat on his head, tomorrow remove him, bring another one, put the same hat of the head of the person, as well as the seat is the same, then nothing will change. My white chair here, it will remain the same white chair. Even if I sit in it, even if someone else will come and sit in the chair, it will stay the same chair. It will accept anyone to sit in it. But if you want to see the change of this chair, just remove it, bring something new. Bring something new. Then you can see a change. And you want to see a change in the Congolese people's lives. And that requires a change of our political system, a change of our economical system, a change of our social system. Otherwise, we will continue to be stagnant. We will shout, we will cry, we will say things don't work. Even Tshisekedi doesn't do it. Even Kabila did not do it. Even whoever will come tomorrow will not do it. That's not because it's not about individuals. It's about the system which is there. Once you remove it, then things will work. Once it removes, then things will work. And if you want to keep it forever, then things will not work forever. And that's why every time I tell Congolese people, I try to tell you, my fellow brothers and sisters, we have to change our views. We have seen what was during the time of Mobutu, where everybody was afraid to talk about politics. You couldn't even talk about it. Otherwise, you could even be killed. I remember my parent telling me, no, don't even talk about politics because politics is dangerous. We feared. We didn't have that right even to express our views. Because expressing your view meaning you are dying. You will vanish. Now we're in the 21st century, where we should start to understand that politics is not only about the politicians. Terrible mistake that we had, or we have been having, because we believe that politics is just about them. Katumbi will do it, Mukwege will do it, Kabere will do it, Tshisekedi will do it, Kabila will do it, and for us, we will just step back and we'll let them do it for us. It doesn't work like that, because what they are doing it for us, and they can never and ever be capable of responding to our need without ourselves joining in. We should. They are just like coaches. And the coach will never jump into the field to play soccer or to play basketball. No, the coaches will be outside and just giving a few ideas. And players are us. As I was saying for the other news, French, Swahili, and Lingala, I was telling them about the story of Algeria today. The president of Algeria is now over 80 years old. And he wanted to be the candidate again for the 5th time for the coming elections. Politicians talked about it. They complained, but he didn't listen. He said, I'm going to be a candidate. And as we are talking now, the people of Algeria stood up. They stood up and they said, no, enough is enough. We don't want that to happen. We are tired of you. You have saved us. You have saved the country 4 consecutive times. But this 5th time we say, no, you are old enough now. Have a rest. And the president of Algeria, for those who don't know, actually, because of his age, they push him now in an armchair. And the Algerians stood up. They are now, as we are talking, they are in streets now. No one can control them. No one can stop them. Why am I saying that? I'm saying that because I want you to understand that the power of the country doesn't lie in the hand of Vital Kamerhe, of Moses Katumbi, of Kabila, of Tshisekedi, of Fayulu, or whoever, or Mukwege, or me, or you. The power of the country lies in the hand of the population. If we stand up today, we may defeat the existing system and that system will change. We may say no to this system and that system will obey us. Rather than waiting for those individuals who are there, Jean-Pierre Bemba and others, they have to do the job for us. How can they do it? By themselves, they cannot. Imagine yourself doing the job of more than 80 million people. How can you do it? You can't. So those people have to be there and accept, let us work together. We are going to do our side of the work, and you also are going to play your role. Together, we will win the battle. Together, we will change this system. Otherwise, the country will perish. That's why we see socially, we are down, economically, we are down, politically, we are down, and nothing works in the Congo. Nothing works because the system which is there needs to be updated, needs to be changed, needs to be improved, replaced. And that replacement doesn't need people to punch each other. No, it's just a matter of the people to stand up and say, look, we are tired of this system, we need to change it. How do we change systems? What should we do? What will be the first step, the second one, the third one? How are we going to hit our target? And everything will be fine. And the minimum, the basics, that we call basics in life for the Congolese will be in place. We have seen several countries around the world which are poorer than Congo. Extremely poorer than Congo, naturally. I mean, when I'm talking about the natural resources, they're extremely poor compared to us. We are rich naturally. And those countries excel. And they excel because they have a good system. So I would like just to tell you, my brothers and sisters, this battle doesn't belong to me only, to you only, to Mukwege only, to Kamerhe only, or Kabila, or Shadari, or anyone else. That this battle that we are facing belongs to the whole population of the Congo, to all of us as Congolese, as a nation. We should come together, learn what is our system, learn what is wrong with our system, stop and ask ourselves what is wrong with us. Once we know what is wrong with us, we know what is wrong with our system, then we'll find the remedy. We'll change things. If those countries which are extremely poor can excel, why not us? If other people can do it, why not us? That's a question that you should ask yourself. And as I was a student, I used to ask myself that question. If someone can have 80%, why not me? If someone else can have a 70%, 90%, why not me? I'm also a student like the same student who get 80%. And from there, I have to find the ways how to get 80% like the other one. Life is about competition. We need to compete in order to excel. We need to compare ourselves to others in order to excel. But if we don't compare ourselves to others, then we won't move forward. We'll remain in the same position. Imagine now those countries which excel without having what we possess. If they could have what we possess actually, where far could they be? So those are the type of questions that we have to ask ourselves every time. So I will stop there for now, and I will tell you that our Congo is one, will remain one in unity and love. My contribution and yours, little that they are, if we put them together, we are going to win the battle. Our victory is in our hand. The changes of Congo is in the hand of the Congolese people. The changing of the system of the Congo is in the hand of the Congolese people. So we need your contribution. Once your contribution is there, mine is there, things will move forward and we'll call ourselves victorious. May God bless you. May God bless our country. And I hope to talk to you again in coming minute. Remember, today we will have our reflection in the next few hours, around maybe 14 or 15 hours. And it will be at 8 p.m. time of Paris, 7 p.m. time of London, 10 p.m. time of Nairobi, and 4 p.m. in Ontario, and I mean Ottawa and New York. It will be at 9 p.m. time of Johannesburg, and 8 p.m. in time of Kinshasa. So you're invited to contribute to our reflection, give your views, give your objectivities, and together we can build our country. May God bless us, may God bless me, may God bless you, and see you again very soon. Have a great weekend. Goodbye for now.